Welcome back to Mandy. We're about to see the parole hearing of the worst kind of offenders, in my opinion. We call them cockroach on the Mandy channel. He's at an old, fragile age. Will it affect the outcome of the hearing? With that, let's jump in.
At the table.
Perfect.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Cessac. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Cessac, would you please give us your full name and DOC number?
Alfred J Cessac, 546695.
Thank you, Mr. Cessac. Let me explain our process to you. First, I'm going to read some information into the record, and then the board is going to conduct a parole interview with you. At the appropriate time, we will allow the participants who've indicated they wish to speak to have input. Your daughter, Ms. April Casbon, is present and would like to speak on your behalf today. At the end of that, you'll have an opportunity to make a statement if you wish. We're going to hear from the doctor today. We've got some videos that we've already seen. So we'll proceed accordingly. Do you understand our procedure, sir?
Yes, sir.
This is the matter of Alfred J Cessac, date of birth July 14th, 1946. He's a first-class offender. He has a parole eligibility date of May 12th of 2021. Full term date of August the 10th of 2023. He's currently serving a 15-year sentence for molestation of a juvenile and forcible rape. Is that basically accurate, Mr. Cessac?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Cessac, your case has been assigned to Mr. Alvin Roche. Mr. Roche will begin our questioning. Okay, would you answer any questions he may have?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Mr. Cessac.
Morning.
I have a couple of questions on it. How are you feeling today?
Feeling pretty good.
Good. Good. It is your understanding that if you get granted today, that you will be going to the villa in East Louisiana Parish? Is that correct?
That's what I was told.
Okay. I'd like to hear from the medical director give us his present condition and his diagnosis and any other information that you think would help us make a decision.
Very good. Yes, sir. This is Dr. Toss, medical director. Mr. Cessac is a 75-year-old male with past medical history of stroke.
Oh, 75,
That's what I have here. Give me your correct age.
69.
69-year-old white male with a history of stroke, coronary artery disease with stents, diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, hyperlipidemia. He suffered a fall and craniotomy in 2020 with subdural hematomas. He is currently totally bedbound with requiring assistance to get out of bed and into the chair. He has bed mobility, but only partially. He requires assistance for feeding, bathing, and bowel incontinence. He is incontinent of bowel and bladder.
Excuse me, doctor. Excuse me. Let's get some information correct. His master record said that he was born July 14th, 1946. That would make him 75 years old.
76. How many old?
76. That would make him 76.
Born 1946. July 14th, 1946.
Okay.
That would make him 76.
Okay.
He's 76 and not 69.
We have a first.
The birth certificate is correct. The birth date is correct. The patient is misled.
I got you. Thank you, doctor. I just wanted to get the record.
I'm sorry.
I was 69.
You are 76 years old, is that correct?
No.
Okay, I understand now. Go ahead, doctor.
All righty. He has been very cooperative with staff. He is non-confrontational. He takes his medications when he's asked, and his immobility is permanent. He remains at high risk for another fall with another head trauma, so we have to be very careful with him. And as you seem to know, he has been accepted by Vela pending outcome of this hearing.
Doctor, I have enough information to make a decision. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Doctor, is there anything else you'd like to tell us?
You would relieve a great burden from the state if he would be going to Villa.
Thank you very much. Mr. Cessac, is there anything you'd like to say before we vote?
Just I've been cooperating with the staff and everything, and staff's been good.
That's come crystal clear to us. We recognize that. Appreciate your comments. Panel ready to vote?
Yes,
Mr. Roche?
CSAC, based upon a recommendation of the Secretary of the Department of Corrections and the medical staff at Louisiana State Penitentiary, I'm going to grant a medical parole to the East Louisiana facility, and its name of the facility is Philip.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Roche. Ms. Wise?
My vote is the same for the same reason. Best wishes to you, sir.
Mr. Cessac, my vote is the same for the same reasons. Dr. Toast, thank you very much for your assistance.
Absolutely. All right. Good job.
Well, I think we finally found okay, let's unpack this. I could not find anything online about what his crime was, but just by the we know that it was horrific. He's what we call a cockroach on our channel. He was 60 years old at the time that he committed this crime of on a child, on a juvenile, molestation and forcible rape. He got a 15-year sentence. I don't know why it wasn't longer. Maybe it's the maximum he was able to get, or maybe it's because he took a plea deal and that's why we don't see anything online, right? There was no court hearing. That could be it too. The question I have for everyone here is, do you feel that it is okay for a man in this current state to get out? The state wants to get rid of him. Well, that's clear. It's too expensive to have him right now. The question is, I guess, is he no longer a risk at all? Is he cognitively not there, or is he faking it? Is he just a master manipulator that is completely faking it? I don't know. Is he a risk to anyone else? Probably not. It seems that he's getting sent to a facility where he won't have any access to victims, right? Seems to be suffering serious physical medical ailments. So he's not a risk. So one could argue, I think, that especially if he took the plea deal, didn't go to court, which didn't make the victims have to go through the trauma of a trial, he did his part on getting a 15-year sentence, which essentially put him in a position which took him out of the last golden years of his life, really. And he's completely deteriorated in prison. He didn't harm anyone, and now he's getting out, and it does seem that he is no threat to anyone. So there is that way of looking at it. Some might say, no, keep him locked up forever. But I'm just saying, like, from the question aspect, if he took a plea deal and it's what the victims wanted, you know, maybe it's a tool that is useful in the right place in the situation. The bottom line is, I believe he is not in position to hurt anyone again. And love to hear your thoughts on this. But frankly, for a cockroach that does commit these crimes, if they do get out, it should be when they're getting rolled out. If their heart is still beating. This is certainly the next best case, I think. But love to hear your thoughts, as always. Thank you.